Today from Intel cutting their dividend by a wide amount. Stacy Rasgon, he's Bernstein's research analyst, one of the top analysts who covers that company. We're going to do that first, and then we're going to do Nvidia. Intel cutting the dividend, which you described, which at one point would have been, in your words, unthinkable, now inevitable. Why?
Well, they're out of money, right? They're out of free cash flow. They're burning cash, and they need enough to, number one, keep the business as a going concern, and number two, to protect their credit rating. We've already seen some downgrades. I think it's important for them to keep that credit rating at an A level or above. And so I do think this has been widely expected. You sort of run the math, it becomes obvious that something had to be done. And so they did it. They did it today.
So it's interesting. I had a shareholder on the halftime report with me who said, well, $2 of current earnings gets back to $5 a share. That's why she is staying with it. When do you see that possibility happening, if at all? And you seem to be laughing as I'm asking you this question.
Well, my numbers go out to 25. I don't think I've got them getting back at even to the $2 number, let alone to the $5 number. For some context, I think I'm at 60 cents this year, and I think I'm at $1.60 or give or take next year. So, Godspeed.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. So let's turn our attention to Nvidia. What really feels like an important report, just given what that stock has done, and what the market, the Nasdaq, has done, obviously along the way. What do you expect?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a monster so far year to date. It's up probably over 40%. And I think it's all about the data center segment, both the quarter and I think more importantly, the guide and any commentary they give us kind of going forward. That is where the focus is. Now, we've seen some cracks in that end market. China's been weak for a while. Enterprise has been weakening. And now we've more recently seen some of the hyperscale spending start to lag off. And we had some numbers even from Intel and AMD that were not great. They both sort of implicitly guided data center down double digits into Q1. At the same time, I do think that spending on AI, artificial intelligence, is probably holding up better. So I think that's what people will be looking for. The guide may be a little weak on data center, we'll see, but I do suspect that it should hold up quite a bit better than what we saw from some of their peers.
I knew you were going to say AI. I'm sorry, I knew you were going to say AI, and I was going to ask you, what is the over-under in your mind for the amount of times that they say AI on their earnings call? Because that's where all the hype is. You know that.
I mean, even when it's not being hyped, they say AI an awful lot on their calls, right? So probably more on this one, I would guess. But certainly that is an area of their business which is critical and where they're very well positioned. So they say that word a lot.
Yeah, they do. But does this run literally, honestly, does the run from the beginning of the year, more than 40%, does it make sense to you?
Yeah, so look, at least they've cut a lot. They've got 2 new product cycles, both in data center as well as in gaming, with probably a significant amount of pricing that they're able to take. So on that context, I think it's good. Now, I'll be honest, I'd rather it wasn't up, 20% in the last couple of weeks into the print. Like, sure, you'd rather have expectations be a little lower. Even so, though, people have been getting very excited about a lot of these new trends, ChatGPT and generative AI and large language models and everything. And I doubt that any of that's going on right now really drives the numbers in the very near term. But like over the longer term, you can imagine some very big opportunities from these. And it's something that the company is really enabling. So as long as that trajectory or that view is there, in some sense, the stock can be open-ended if you really want to believe it can be as big as you want it to be. And that's why it gets the multiple that it does.